Hello there and welcome to Gamingkin. My name is Jack and I am your commentator for GT Sport AOR Super Formula Season 2. The reason I'm commentating is because it sounds like a lot of fun. I raced in it the last time we done Super Formula and I thought why not have a wee shot at commentary instead, as I am just realising my light is probably not bright enough and I'm going to turn it up a little bit, maybe. Apparently not. So yeah, welcome to Super Formula. It's very fun. It is the top tier of open wheel racing in Japan, as is IndyCar in America, and so forth. Our previous champion VLX Nova is not racing this season, however our team champions RGD Racing are. We will be doing 8 rounds of this league. We will be doing 4 on, 2 off, 4 on. Our 2 weeks off will be for the Mexican and American Grand Prix for real life F1. In our grid, we do have our 5-time champion for GTSL Ash Racer 2011. But let's quickly talk about the cars and the track we are racing at this week. The cars are the Super Formula SF19 with the chassis built by Dallara and engine supplied by both Honda and Toyota. The engine regs are so strict that despite the fact it's 2 different manufacturers, they produce the same amount of horsepower and the same amount of torque, but one has slightly better acceleration, one has a slightly higher top speed. Talking about top speed, they do top out at roughly about 190 miles an hour. And if you're in a slipstream or using the OTS system, you will probably reach maybe about 200 miles an hour. The OTS system is a limited time thing, much like KERS in Formula 1 back when it was a push to pass system. It allows an extra 5 litres of fuel to flow as the button is held down for about 30 seconds through the course of a race. However, we have turned that down to somewhere closer to about 20 seconds for a 15-lap race. Races will last about 40 minutes for the feature race and about 20 minutes for the sprint race. However, we're going to do equivalent number of laps. But before that, we will have a 10-minute qualifying session to determine the grid order for the feature race, and the sprint race is determined by the finishing order of the feature race. During qualifying, there is no tyre deg or fuel usage. However, it is 11 times tyres, 3 times fuel in the races, with drivers having the option of the soft or medium tyre during the feature race and the soft and super soft during the sprint. The cars create about 639 brake horsepower and weigh 660 kilograms, or for our American friends, 1,455 pounds. We are, like I said, we have 8 races this season. We have this one here at Fuji. We are at Sardinia B next week. Then we are at Kyoto Combined Reverse. Then at Monza before our 2-week break. We are then at Autopolis, then Santa Croix B Reverse. We have an unconfirmed track after that. It is most likely going to be Spa-Francorchamps, should it be released in time for that. However, we do not know if that's going to be the case, and we will determine a track nearer the time, and we will have our finale, as Super Formula does in real life, at Suzuka. On Thursday nights, you can also catch AOR GT Sport for the Porsche Cup, as we are running just now. Adjacent to this, you will find some racers who are only in the Porsche Cup, some who are in both over there. Some of the racers here do not do the Porsche Cup. But let's talk about Fuji. It is located about 42 miles from Tokyo. That is 68 kilometers for our American friends, and it's at the bottom of Mount Fuji. It's a relatively high-speed circuit that was originally designed to be a NASCAR-style oval. and this track has one of the longest straights of motorsport, with the straight which we will be starting on at being 0.917 miles long. This is a 2.835 mile long track, and it has 16 corners, 10 to the right, 6 to the left. Keep an eye out for action at TGR corner, that is turn 1. Nice hairpin, easy to get a nice wee dive bomb on someone. The left, right, left chicane of the Dunlop complex, right down at the start of sector 3. That is turns 10, 11 and 12. Again, because the optimal line changes, expect to see a lot of decent racing down there. It's very tight, probably only going to get 2 cars through there, but we might see 3 cars go through there at the same time. And then finally the uphill climb into Panasonic, good place for a dive bomb or hanging it around the outside because of the uphill nature of the turn. So let's start by having a look at the drivers and their cars before we start this race. We have JT Kirk in the Rainbow PlayStation car. We have Ronan GT Delaney in the Stuart Ford. We have Trucks in the BAR Honda. We have Shifter in Dan Ticktum's Super Formula Red Bull. We have Adam in the Jupiter Racing outfit. We have, let's change this camera here, RGD Gazmania in the RGD Racing livery there. We have Ash Racer also in the Stuart Ford. Bloody Nine in the Bleeding Edge Margarita Motorsport car there. It looks a lot like a Williams Martini, but why would you have a Martini when you can have a Margarita, as Bloody likes to say. We have Communist Minion, although I'm more used to calling him Mega, in the West Mercedes. We have RGD Wraith starting near the back here, and the winner of the feature race, Ragnar Kagari, in the Benetton. So I think we should probably get started. It looks like we could have a pretty decent race here. Let's look probably about middle of the field as we get started. So for the feature race, it is a grid start with a false start check, so if you take your foot off the brake you will be penalised. Whereas here we are using the rolling start, so the cars will start moving on their own, then it will count from 3 to 1 and then you're go. There is no traction control, no stability control, no anti-spin mechanisms or anything. It's pure driver skill with the exception of the anti-lock braking system, and that is because the anti-lock brakes in this game are a bit iffy. So let's have a look. Leaders coming out turn 1, we've got Ronan and Trucks having a wee fight through there, and it does look like it could be a good fight between these two coming through the first sector. Ronan GT Delaney just holding on there, and he goes wide, he's lost a couple of positions there by the looks of it. No, he's only lost 1 to Trucks, but he goes wide again on the exit there. Let's have a look, see if he can hold it here. No, he gets passed by Adam, and he's been pressured by Shifter and Bloody at the same time, and Mega's getting into this fight. Let's have a look from Bloody's perspective here, and this is looking meaty. This looks like it could be a fight, and oh, it's tight coming through there. The optimal line switches, and Bloody slots in behind, but he's getting pressured by Mega there as he a couple of wheels off the track. And Mega gets by. Does anyone else get by? No. Should mention that it seems that RGD Gazmania has fallen behind, but I have a feeling he's going to catch up. He's a pretty quick guy. He's good racecraft and a good mind for the race. He knows when to use his OTS and when not to use it. And we will see him catching up shortly. We come back in the middle of a battle between Adam and Trucks here. It does look like Trucks is going to hold this through sector 2, especially because Adam's just gone wide. Let's see. He's definitely trying into the corners here. He's going a bit wide here. Let's see if we can do anything down into Dunlop. Can he make it stick into Dunlop? No, he can't. Has to slot in behind and maybe fight for up at Panasonic. Let's have a look back. There's a lot of cars going in. There were 3 wide for a moment there coming into Dunlop. RGD Wraith getting ahead of a couple of people there. Ragnar Kagari from 11th up to 8th at the moment. RGD Wraith from 10th to 6th. That is looking good. We've got Ash Racer down there in 9th. Just keeping Ragnar Kagari honest there. These two guys, big rivals in GT Sport League. Ash Racer 5 times champion, Ragnar Kagari always just there or thereabouts, always just beaten out by Ash Racer. A lot of respect between these two racers on track. They always give each other the room and race each other fair. Got a couple of people going in, and oh, that was a wee tap on the rear from Ash Racer. Let's see, and there you can see RGD Gazmania has caught back up to the pack, as I said he probably would. We should keep an eye on him as the race goes on, see if he makes up any positions. But let's have a look at the front. We have, oh, we just saw JT Kirk covering from a bit of a slide there. We seem to have missed that one, but yes, he is holding that lead for now. Can he hold it through Dunlop? No, he can't. Adam is now in the lead. Will he slot in behind and take it through the slipstream in the straight? Let's have a wee look back. There's Communist Minion with a penalty. Must have cut the corner a bit and is holding off Delaney. Shall see if Delaney can make a move into the hairpin at the start. Now you'll see a lot of very much train coming down here. There's always a train along this straight because the slipstream is just so powerful on this track. Now you'll see Communist Minion ghosting. That is because he's serving his penalty on the racing line as to not cause collisions. Ghosting is generally turned off, but as you can see, it will be on occasionally. So JT Kirk has fallen down into 3rd, and Communist Minion is catching as he is dragging Ronin GT Delaney all the way up there with him, who is dragging RGD Wraith up to the rest of the pack. We've got Ragnar Kagari in that lovely looking Benetton, just keeping Wraith honest. Let's see how Gazmania's getting on. He is now up to 9th. And he's just holding Ash Racer behind him. Let's just enjoy this wee battle that I feel might be coming up. But we'll be ready to change cameras to someone else if not there. Oh, a wee bit wide from Gazmania. That might... Oh, you can see Ash closing up and quick. Let's see, will Ash make a dive into the turn? No, he won't. He'll just keep it behind, find a nice place to pass. Let's have a wee look further up the field. Communist Minion is nearly out of OTS with 10 laps to go. The OTS system will be green if you have more than 25% of it left, and it will be off if you have none. So if you have between 1 and 24% left, you will you will be red. And someone is off. Who is off? It's Ash Racer. He is into the tyre wall. There's no damage, well, no damage that could retire you in this, but if he's not moving, it means he's not coming back on to the track. We've got Truck Speed just trying to catch up to Adam, coming up to Panasonic. See if there's any chance of catching up here. There you see the flashing, and it looks like he maybe, oh, it looked like he was debating going for the pits there. Someone is in the pits. That is JT Kirk in the pits, looking for some new tyres. Who else has gone into the pits? We have RGD Gasmania. There you go. You can see the pit sequence there. Get a much better look at the cars like that. And he's back out. Is he racing anyone on exits? He is racing BMTM Shifter, who tries to go a long way around but doesn't quite manage it. There you go. Gotta love some of the look of these. There's the yellow flags for Ash Racer, who has now been lapped by the entire field. So it's fair to say he's probably not coming back to the race just now, as he seems to be slowly moving towards the track. So he might actually, oh there we go, he's back on. Nope, that's him. Now we've got Adam in first, just building a gap to Trucks, who is trying to hold off Communist Minion. And close behind you have RGD Wraith, followed by Ragnar Kagari. These guys have started from 10th and 11th, and they've gone all the way up to 4th and 5th. You have Bloody Nine just trying to close up on Ragnar Kagari there. You see him closing in just ever so slightly. Not enough to make a move into turn 1, I would guess. No, definitely not. Then you've got JT Kirk just being... Oh, no, you had Ronan GT Delaney being followed by JT Kirk. Then Gasmania. And you've got Shifter just coming out of the pits. Let's have a wee watch on board here. Let's see. He's quite close to Trucks. He's cut the corner a little. Let's see. Adam, as he comes through Dunlop. That looks like a pretty nice line through there. The car getting a wee bit squirmy as he hit the curbs, but overall looks like it was fairly nicely done. Let's have a wee look at this midfield battle. We've got Bloody Nine here trying to catch up on Ragnar Kagari. Where's JT Kirk? He is slightly wee bit further back. He maybe, oh, Delaney has had a wee moment. He has recovered, but he's lost a lot of time to Gasmania there, and he's opened that gap up between him and JT Kirk. And will we see Gaz go for the overtake? We've got Trucks and Ragnar Kagari and Bloody all in the pits right now as Gasmania goes past on the pit straight. Now let's see, Bloody Nine comes out in time to join this battle. And Ragnar Kagari's there. Oh, Delaney's been hit off. Who else was there? It was RGD Gasmania. They've had a coming together. I think Gasmania's just slowing down to let Delaney past. There we go, and then they're racing again. This is giving Shifter a chance to catch up. These guys are way far back now, and this is giving Bloody Nine a chance to just open this gap up a bit, catch up to Trucks, and see if he can make a pass. Let's see, and Trucks is trying to fight with Ragnar Kagari, and that's, just so you know, that's RGD Wraith up into 3rd from 10th. Remember, we had 11 people starting this, so despite the fact it says position 10th, he did start 2nd to last. Ragnar Kagari started last. And there's Wraith looking like he's coming into the pits. Now, you're not allowed to hit the pit wall as you come in, because that can cause issues with the cutscene here for pit stops. And where does he come out? He comes out in 5th behind Communist Minion. And Ragnar Kagari is now up in 3rd from 11th. Now remember, Ragnar Kagari has already pit, so he should not need to pit for the rest of the race. JT Kirk has pit, he pit on lap 2, and Adam is yet to pit. So either Adam's going all the way on his tyres and fuel, you should be able to go all the way on the fuel, it's just the tyres, or he's going to pit later and he's going to lose the lead that he's got just now to probably as far back as bloody 9. We see the West Mercedes coming up trying to catch the Benetton, as we see the Benetton fight with the Rainbow PlayStation. And look at that. Look at that. Has he got it? Is he going round the outside of Panasonic? Is he going to hold it? Oh, he went for the cutback, but it just wasn't the space. Let's see if he's tuck into the slipstream here. JT Kirk's going into the pits. So Ragnar Kagari peels off and stays along the pit straight. That promotes him to second, Communist Minion into third, Bloody 9 into fourth, Trucks into fifth, RGD Wraith to sixth. No, RGD Wraith stays in seventh. He comes out just behind JT Kirk. Well, JT Kirk just comes out ahead of him. Let's see if we can make a move anywhere here. If he can get the traction down coming out of the corner after this braking zone here, he might just manage to hold the traction and get round. No, but he does stay behind, and what would be a good bit of slipstream on this high speed bit. You don't want to be too close behind through the curves, but you don't want to be too far away to not be in the slipstream on the straights, because if you're too close behind you'll get hit with all the dirt air, and that's just going to slow you down even more. We are 5 laps to go, 4 laps once Adam crosses the line, and Adam has a penalty, a 1.5 second penalty, which could see him lose the lead here. We shall see. We have 4 laps to go. This is lap 11 of 15. Let's see, and he's bringing that penalty down in the braking zones. Let's have a look a wee bit further back. See how these guys are doing. You've got Ronan, JT, Delaney and Gazmania just fighting away for the penultimate place. Oh, and BMTM Shifter also there. No, Delaney does have the wooden spoon at the moment. It would seem Gazmania is fighting with Shifter. And let's have a look, see what's happening down at Dunlop. We've got Ragnar Kagari coming through, Communist Minion. There's not a lot happening here. RGD Wraith. Not too much going on, but let's have a look at Adam. Still working that penalty down. Let's see if he gets rid of this penalty before the end. I imagine he'll be able to scrub off a lot of this penalty. He's got a fairly decent gap back to Ragnar Kagari, so he should be able to take quite a lot of it off. Oh, only 0.2. Oh, there we go. 0.1 second left on that penalty. Got Ragnar Kagari, then Communist Minion. They've got Bloody 9 in 4th, which should be good points for him at the end of this race. Trucks be taking that nicely through there, but still getting a penalty. Maybe cut that a little bit more than he should have. You see him working that penalty down, but losing time to RGD Wraith. Lost that position at RGD Wraith. What about, is JT Kirk coming up on him? No, not quite. RGD Wraith, Trucks B just battling it out for 5th. let's have a wee look at what's going on up front here. Ragnar Kagari isn't too far behind. Adam looks like he may have actually closed a bit of that gap down. And Adam has no OTS left, so he cannot use it to defend or attack. And Ragnar Kagari still has a lot of that OTS left with 2 laps to go. He has plenty of opportunities to use it. No OTS left for Communist Minion, which means he might fall behind, especially as Bloody Nine still has some. No, he doesn't. He used it all up in that last straight there. We've got RGD Wraith, Trucks B, everyone seems to have used up most, if not all, of their OTS system. JT Kirk just keeping behind, just trying to stay in this fight. You've got Shifter and Gazmania. Shifter with no OTS left means he's not going to be able to defend, but Gaz can't attack using it either because he's not got any left. And Ronin GT Delaney is closing that gap up a little bit, but with the amount of laps we've got left, I don't think it is going to be enough. Here we go, we've got Adam Mattis Clay coming round up into Panasonic. He's got that penalty rid of, and that's a nice line up in through Panasonic. You've got Communist Minion and Ragnar Kagari keeping him honest there. You've got Bloody Nine, and that is your top 4 there. Quite a bit of a gap back to 5th with RGD Wraith, Trucks B and JT Kirk there. And we got action coming into TGR corner. Maybe no, we didn't, but there was possibility of it as Ragnar Kagari was using his OTS to catch up there. Let's see if he can get by, maybe by Dunlop. Let's watch. And it's a nice quick bit of the course this, and a heavy braking zone. For those using the ABS, we would expect to see a lot of lockups. And for those who turn in too quick, expect to see smoke coming off the tyres from it sliding. And it does look like Ragnar Kagari is closing that gap to Adam by a fair margin, as it does go wide and loses a little bit of time on that rumble strip. But yes, he's close enough to stay in the slipstream here. Will he be able to get past into first? Can he hold the slipstream? He is also using the OTS there. And we're on the final lap. This is lap 15 of 15. And will we see a move into turn 1? No. No, we won't. But this is a battle I'm quite interested in watching here, because these are two good racers scrapping it out for the win. A lot of points up for grabs here, especially considering Ragnar Kagari won the first race. So this would be a double point, 2 lots of 22 points, which is a lot of points to start off with. Let's just see if we can do anything into Dunlop here. Nope, and getting onto the grass there, I think he's lost just a wee bit too much time there, and may even be getting caught up by Communist Minion from going wide again. Communist Minion appears to have yet another penalty. And it looks like Adam has won it, but can he just keep in the slipstream long enough to get out in front? No, he can't. That is Adam, followed by Ragnar and Communist Minion and Bloody Nine. That is your top 4 there. Let's see RGD Wraith coming in for 5th, Trucks B 6th, JT Kirk 7th, Shifter just coming up through Panasonic onto the last straight, and he will definitely cross the line. We've got a wee bit of a battle down at the back there. between Delaney and Gazmania. Can Delaney stay? Oh, oh, that was close. Nearly redemption, not the last place for Delaney there. So that has been AOR GT Sport Super Formula Season 2 Round 1 at Fuji. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've been Jack, I'm your commentator for AOR. If you ever see the name Pinky Boy, GKRT Pinky Boy, in Gran Turismo, that is myself. Feel free to say hi. Remember, if you are interested in joining us for some Super Formula racing or any other type of racing, we run different types of series. We're doing the Porsche Cup just now. We have done Super GT. We have done Formula Red Bull. Remember, go to apexonlineracing.com and sign up. You will also find Formula 1, R Factor, iRacing, Assetto Corsa, Project Cars, Forza, Rocket League, Dirt, and many other games there as well. And anyway, as always, I've been Jack. I've been Jack from Gaming Kin. I've been hosting for you AOR Super Formula. And remember, there's always room for you here at Gaming Kin. If you want to be our friend, stay safe out there. Join us next week where we're at Sardinega B.